I'm Candace and welcome to today's lesson. Before I begin, as always, we have a question for you. And today's question is this: what games do you like to play? Now, I can imagine that there may be lots of new and exciting games that you guys like to play. Maybe it's hide and seek, or maybe you like to do treasure hunts. And our lesson today has a bit of treasure in it. Now, you can find today's lesson in Matthew chapter 21 verses 1 to 11 and then verses 15 and 16, or you can look at Mark chapter 11 verses 1 to 10, or you can go over to Luke chapter 19 and from verses 28 to 38. There are lots of different places you can find this exciting lesson in. Alright, so let's go on. So our lesson today is titled Palm Sunday. And what is Palm Sunday? Now, Jesus would have been, just before he entered Jerusalem, he had his disciples or close friends go out just to a village just before you entered Bethlehem to find a donkey. And that donkey was special because no one ever sat on it. And after he would have had his friends go for the donkey, because Jesus was so special to them, they placed their clothes, their coats on the back of the donkey so that Jesus could sit comfortably and that his clothes wouldn't get dirty. Now after this, the people in that area in Bethlehem heard that Jesus was entering the city, and they were so excited, and they began celebrating and giving praise to Jesus. They began praising Jesus, and because of their love and adoration for him, some of them placed their clothes, their coats on the pathway as Jesus was entering. Others, they took leaves and they laid it, and they made a nice pathway for Jesus to ride into the city on. And they shouted, "Hosanna in the highest," because they knew that Jesus was the Son of God, and they held him. He was precious to them, and they considered him their treasure. And so too, just as how the men and women and children of that day considered Jesus to be their treasure, so too Jesus is my treasure, and he can be your treasure too. So I would like you to repeat after me: Jesus is my treasure. You can say it again: Jesus is my treasure. And we can, just as how they showed Jesus that he is a treasure by giving him praise, so too we can let God know that he is our treasure when we give him praise. So before I go, I would like to leave you with today's lesson, which you can find in Mark chapter 11 from verses 10. It says, "Hosanna in the highest heaven." Let's see that again. Mark chapter 11 and verse 10. Hosanna in the highest heaven. And so too, maybe when you guys go out next week, I believe will be what is called Palm Sunday, because people think that it's, they place palm trees, different leaves, whatever it may be. That is why, because it's a reminder of how the men and women of that day give praise to God and they adore Jesus because he is their treasure. He is the Son of God. That is who Jesus is, and he loves you and me. Bye, boys and girls. Have a great week.